Hello, I'm Chae Yong-sun. Nice to meet you. And I would like to talk about the Korean government's, South Korean government's New Deal and fourth industrial revolution and polarization of society. Uh, the South Korean government announced the three projects and 10 texts on May 7 for the South Korean New Deal, including AI-based remote learning, healthcare data usage, and an increase in untapped healthcare pilot project. The announcement included the plans for reforming the economy and creating jobs to adjust to rapidly changing social and economic conditions amid the novel coronavirus outbreak with a focus on on tech and digital areas. Commenting on South Korea New Deal and second meeting of the Central Emergency Headquarters for Economic Measures on May 7, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Economy and Finance Hong Nam-gi explained it focused on digitally based on project and impactable large-scale innovation projects that have a major synergy effect with the private investment and are directly tied to improvements in productive and competitiveness in all areas of the economy. Hong added that the efforts would be pursued in connected manner over the next 2 to 3 years. More specifically, they involve reinforcement of data infrastructure for every part of the cycle from data collection to use to establish digital infrastructure for innovation-based growth, including increased data openness in major areas such as the public, financial, and healthcare sectors. Data collection and usage is also to be expanded in the 6 major areas of finance, healthcare, transportation, the public sector, industry, and small business owners, including the establishment of a big data platform for transportation. In terms of fostering untapped industries, the plans include creating a sport platform for AI-based remote learning and expanding existing untapped healthcare pilot project and other test project introduced on a limited time basis because of the outbreak, such as mobile healthcare based on public clinics and video technology for doctors to check on their patients remotely. Additionally, the plans include adopting smart management systems to improve the stability of outdated roads, railways, and other infrastructure, as well as expanding the collection, processing, and sharing of data related to social overhead capital SOC. Some of the plans are expected to draw objections from civic groups in connection with the remote healthcare, including the increased sharing of medical data and other personal information and the expansion of a healthcare pilot project to foster the untapped industry. In briefing that day, first Vice Minister of Economy and Finance Kim Yong-bum offered a cautious stance, indicating that the institutionalization of remote healthcare is an effort that needs to be considered along with the various supplementary systems based on social discussions of an adequate period of time. Fiscal investments are also to take place. Kim explained, we intend to pursue the institutional improvements along with large-scale fiscal investments in order to quickly establish a positive feedback loop between innovation-based convergence, industry promotion, and job creation. But some observers commented that the South Korea New Deal plan announced by the government includes only content related to innovation-based growth, without anything about the inclusive growth that represents another pillar of the economic growth the government is pursuing. Plan doesn't include the social risks and chains of increased inequality. It leads to the promotion of the economy through large-scale fiscal input. The New Deal that the U.S. Pursued in the 1930s also includes content related to stabilizing the social safety net and improving working conditions. Noted Lee Woo-jin, a professor of economics at Korean University. The South Korea New Deal just looks like a repeat of the same first industrial revolution policies that have been pursued to date, without any content about dealing with the societal risk, he said. Lee Chang-min, a professor of economics at Hanyang University, observed the nature of the platform industry is such that large corporations may be able to easily increase their market control. We will need to pay attention to things like the selection of business. He advised other observers commented on the lack of content related to energy transition and climate change, which have also been areas of emphasis for the administration. In response, Lee Yong-bum said, even as we restore things to the way they were before the novel coronavirus outbreak through our pursuit of the South Korea New Deal, we made it one of our key principles that it should not simply be a restoration of previous states, but an inclusive restoration to prevent the return of blind spots, poverty, and polarization in the process of overcome the crisis. Yeah, I'm sad that the South Korea's major project and goal of its New Deal, and I found that it was related with the first industrial revolution, and I think that it is related to the poverty and polarization in the process of overcoming the crisis of COVID-19. So I want that Korean government, South Korean government, solve between the New Deal and polarization in the process of overcoming the crisis of COVID-19. Thank you very much for listening my word.